Hello and welcome to yet another Legion pre-patch spell and talent review, now featuring the Arms Warrior, which continues more or less the same. Here's a quick look at the talents. So Commanding Shout is now it's not a buff. There are no buffs anymore. Commanding Shout is pretty much rallying cry. So let's use a Commanding Shout, granting all party or raid members within 30 yards 50% increased maximum health for 10 seconds. After this effect expires, the health is lost. This is rallying cry to some extent. I don't know if the percentage was the same as rallying cry on Warlords, but the effect is the same. So then we have Battle Cry, which replaces what was its name, Recklessness, and now it increases critical chance by 100% for only 5 seconds, and it only has 1 minute cooldown. So that one is a defensive stance, is a talent which will be reviewed further ahead. We have Berserker Rage, which is the same effect. I don't know if before it turned Rage, but now it doesn't. It removes and grants immunity to fear, sap, and incapacitate effects. We have Die by the no, this is Taunt. I'm sorry. We have Taunt. We have oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that the scroll up and down could switch the page. Sorry about that. So as I was saying, we have Die by the Sword, which is a defensive cooldown now. There's no more shield block for the Arms Warrior. I believe there wasn't even on the Warlords, but whatever. So now it reduces all damage you take by 30% and increases your parry chance by 100%. So you're practically invulnerable against other melees. We have then Charge, which now generates 20 rage as if it was glyphed in Warlords. We have Execute, and now Execute, it consumes. You can use it with 8 rage, and you can increase the damage up to 24 additional rage. As you can see in the description, attempts to finish off a foe, causing 12,000 physical damage and consuming up to 24 additional rage to deal up to 38,000 damage. Only usable on enemies that have less than 20% health. Then we have Cleave, which only costs 8 rage. It has a 5.5-second cooldown, but for each target up to 5, your next Whirlwind deals 20% more damage. This is the AoE comp, so you cleave, you Whirlwind, you Whirlwind again probably, and then you cleave and you Whirlwind again to increase the damage, AoE only. Then we have Colossal Smash, which is on a pretty longer cooldown than it was before, but I believe the duration of the effect is also slightly increased, now going for the 8 seconds, and increases the damage you deal to the enemies by 52%, and not based on the armor anymore. I believe that in Warlords Colossal Smash reduces the armor. Now it just increases the percentage of damage that you deal to a target. You have Hamstring. It deals neglectable physical damage and reduces movement speed by 50% for 15 seconds. Costs 8 rage, 1 second cooldown. It's the slow. Then we have Heroic Leap, which is practically the same. I believe now, you see, it doesn't allow me to go further. Before you could go further, but then you couldn't use the spell. So now it's a welcome update to how you position Heroic Leap. Then we have Slam, which is the the rage dump, if I can say so, on at least on PvE targets. Slams an opponent, causing 18,000 physical damage. No longer stacks, no longer has increased damage. It's just slam. No additional effects. Then we have heroic throw, physical damage, high threat. We have intimidating shout, which I believe it has a longer cooldown than before, and cause the target enemy to cower in fear, and up to 5 additional enemies within 8 yards to flee. Targets are disoriented by 8 seconds, which is now the disorient is a fear. I believe fear is a disorient now. Then we have taunt. We have mortal strike, which it has, I don't know, that's because of the talents. Okay, Mortal Strike, it's the same, deals damage and reduces the effectiveness of healing on the target for 20 seconds, and can be majorly upgraded through the talents to deal a lot of damage. We have Victory Rush, which it's only usable when you kill a target with experience or honor for PvP, or honor and experience on PvE. And it deals damage, and it heals you for 30% of your maximum health. We have Pummel, which is the interrupt. We have Whirlwind, which is the AoE to attack. It costs 20 rage. Then we have the Mastery, which increases the damage of your Colossal Smash and causes it to increase damage you deal to the target. I mean, the Mastery is kinda right? It doesn't deal a lot of damage, and it's only 8 seconds. So what you have to do is use your Colossal Smash, Battle Cry. It's all crits on that time. So you just have to time these very well together. They have more or less the same cooldown. But then we have Tactician, which says that you have a 0.65% chance per rage spent to reset the remaining cooldown on Colossal Smash and Mortal Strike. And then the Seasoned Soldier is just while wielding a two-handed melee weapon, you deal 10% increased damage. So, I don't know, just giving you a little taste of what it looks like to play with a warrior. You can see the animations here. The Whirlwind is pretty damn cool, and even the other, you can see Slam here. Here's the Battle Cry. Here's the Rallying Cry, Intimidating Shout. You can see that they are I don't know, pretty more attractive than they were before, right? Alright, so let's take a look at the talents here. There are many talents, I believe many passive talents, and here's what they do. So the first area we have Dauntless. Your abilities cost 20% less rage. No brainer here. Then we have Overpower, and Overpower says it overpowers the enemy, causing 30,000 physical damage, cannot be blocked, dodged or parried, and has a 60% increased chance to critically strike. All your melee attacks have a chance to activate Overpower. Alright, so let's just see the other, and then we have Sweeping Strikes, which causes Mortal Strike and Execute to hit a second nearby target. This is awesome for cleave fights. Probably this is also good for arena. You see, when you're and it depends on the arena, because if you're facing two melees, this will come in handy. But if you're not, if you're facing, I mean, Spell Cleave, some, I don't know, LSD or RMP, I don't know what the comps are right now, and they will surely change through the Legion expansion that is coming so soon. I believe it's only a week and a half, right? As by the time that I'm recording this, but sweeping strikes is good when you have a large small ad that you need to kill near the boss, or when you're facing comps that have at least 2 melee, so that you can make use of this talent. Otherwise, it's pretty. It isn't attractive at all. So then we have Dauntless, which causes your abilities to cost 20% less rage, and then we have Overpower, and Overpower deals 30,000 physical damage. So only that you have an idea, Mortal Strike deals 26, and it costs 16. So, but this one is an attack that I believe it needs to proc, right? So it's procced, okay. Let's see if it procs once more. It's been a while. You can see that it isn't. See, I could be wasting. There's a second proc, and it created. This one could also be good to be used on arenas, and but I'm not seeing how your melee attacks have a chance to activate Overpower. So probably this one would be better used in PvP and arenas. And why is that? First, it has a high percentage to crit. It's 60,000. That's the value, of course, that I've done on the dummy. But once you proc it, you simply use it, and on PvP you won't be able to waste all of your rage at once. That would be the ideal, right? But such a thing will surely not happen often, because you'll be kited, etc, etc, and I believe this one would be the best to be used on PvP, and this one would be best to be used on PvE, where you will get countless, where you will have more rage to deal damage to the boss, which you will probably be 100% of the time of the fight there dealing damage, right? So going on the next, we have the CC tire. We have a lot of CC tires across the classes. If you've seen some of the other videos, you can see that the mage has a CC talent, CC tire. Shaman has a CC tire of talents as well. I believe DK also has one. So we have Shockwave. It's basically the same effect as it was before. It's a wave of force in the frontal cone, causing damage and stunning all enemies within 10 yards for 4 seconds. Cooldown reduced by 20 seconds if it strikes at least 3 targets. This can be good for arenas, 3v3 arenas, not 2v2, only if there are 2 melees. I'm not really sure. I prefer Stormbolt for PvP. It's a direct stun, it has range, you can close the gaps with it, and Shockwave you need to be very near to the target. It's 10 yards, and you won't use Shockwave on a 10 yard. You must be close to them, so you'll be sure that you can hit it with success. But Stormbolt, you simply hurl the hammer and their stun, and you can close the gaps with it. And then we have Double Time, which is probably the best talent to be used on PvE. It decreases the number of charges on charge by 1 and reduces its cooldown by 3 seconds. And you must not forget that it causes charge now generates rage. So if you need to change targets on a PvE, you choose this talent, you use Heroic Leap, and then you go back for some extra rage. Double Time could also be used on PvE. PvP, probably mostly against ranged targets where you need to be there to risk the cooldown, but then you won't have any stuns and you will be kited for sure. All the classes have, I don't know, 100% uptime of the slows. I don't know how Hunter is now, but the concussive shot, I believe it was just ridiculous. It was 5 focus to keep a target 50% slower. I don't know, it was 6 seconds, 8 seconds. Five focus is just laughable. I think I'd prefer Stormbolt over double time for PvP on arenas and even on rated battlegrounds and battlegrounds. So on the next tile we have Fervor of Battle. Whirlwind deals 30% increased damage to your primary target. This is actually kinda neat because I believe it even, let me see if it changes. So it's 14,000 and a half. Oh, it doesn't say. Let's see here. Let's take a look. So 7,000 and 6,000, right? Let's check it now. 16,000, and it's not worth it if for only a single target. It's not worth it for a single target. It's worth it if you can, I don't know, if you can check this one. It costs less rage, right? And I don't know, this is kind of, but there's no effect. Whirlwind costs more than Slam, and it deals less damage when the target. Let me just try it again. So, and there's a possibility for a crit, right? 13 damage, 30,000, 11. Let's see. Let's just a little more rage. I mean, there's really not a. I don't think. And Whirlwind now cause the target to bleed. Oh. So if I choose Dauntless, Fervor of Battle, and then the other, okay, this could be nice. This could be a good one, but Rend is also pretty good. It's 32,000 bleed damage over 15 seconds with only a 12 rage cost. So you just keep this all the time. I don't know, someone will do the math and will say, hey, this one is better and this one is. But this is a simple damage over time effect, which simply keeps going on going. This is very useful against rogues to keep them from vanishing, and I believe, and then Avatar, it transforms you into a Colossus for 20 seconds, causing you to deal 20% increased damage and removing all roots and snares for a 1 minute and a half of cooldown, which is, I believe it to be the best talent for PvP, and probably, I don't know, probably not. It's 20% increased damage, but it's on a 1.5 minute, 1.5 minute of cooldown, and I'm not really sure if it compensates on PvE. On PvP, this is the best choice. You remove all roots and snares, and you deal 20% increased damage. This going along Warrior, I believe it to be the one of the specs where you have to corner your opponent so that he must not have anything to use. So then when you finally lock him out, when you're against him, near him, completely surrounded. I mean, where you have already cleared all of his utility to escape, then you use Avatar, you use Battle Cry, and what was the other? What was the other spell? There was yet another spell, I believe. I believe it's that it's the talent. That's the talent. Okay, that's the talent. And you will simply smash the enemy. You will see. You will see just in a moment. Let me. Oh, it was Colossus Smash. Okay, yes. So you need to waste all of the utility of your opponent, and then you must pop all of your shit. Colossus Smash, Battle Cry, and Avatar to deal an absurd amount of damage, along with the Focused Rage talent, which I'll be explaining soon. So this Avatar is for PvP, and PvE I'm in between Rend. Rend is single target spell, I believe. You won't be able to do much from Avatar because you have a lot. You'll have to burst a lot of rage. You will have to dump a lot of rage for Avatar to make sense, and you probably won't be able because it's 20 seconds. Deadly Calm is also I'm sorry, Battle Cry is only 5 seconds. You won't be able to. There will be seconds on your Avatar on PvE, which you will be simply auto attacking because you won't have any rage. So PvE, Rend, Avatar, PvP for sure. Rend only for against rogues or stealth users, and Fervor of Battle only on when you have a huge ad where you will have to use. And even so, if you use Sweeping Strikes and Rend, perhaps you would even be best served for that little cleave. Alright, so on the 60 tire talent we have Second Wind, restores 5% health every 1 second when you have not taken damage for 5 seconds. I believe this to be the most useless talent because on a PvE you won't be probably, well, most surely there won't be any scenarios where you won't be taking any damage. Perhaps some raid fights when there are, or dungeons even, when there is no AoE damage, but you'll always get some AoE damage and you'll probably get healed. Hey, perhaps there will be some scenarios where you simply won't take much damage, or some stuff won't appear below you, some fire, some, I don't know, some AoE attacks like barrage or something, I don't know. It depends on the encounters, but for PvP this one I don't think this is a good choice. Bonding Stride, it reduces the cooldown on Heroic Leap by 15 seconds, and Heroic Leap now also increases your run speed by 70% for 3 seconds. I believe this one to be the best for a PvE scenario. It allows you to you have increased mobility, and increased mobility even for the extra charge coupled with the double time talent. So perhaps for PvE scenario this would be the choice. Then we have lastly on the 60 tower tire we have Defensive Stance, which reduces all damage you take by 20% and all damage you deal by 10%, lasts until cancelled on 10-second cooldown. This is for PvP only. I believe there's no big deal to use this one on a PvE. So it's logical. You're getting focused. You pop your Defensive Stance. You deal a little less damage, but you get your damage reduction there. So now on the next side we have In for the Kill. Mortal Strike generates 20 rage when used against targets that are below 20% health. These are all Mortal Strike talents. So let me just explain them to you and then elaborate on my choice for the next ones. Then we have Mortal Combo. Mortal Strike now has a maximum of 2 charges. Remember that Mortal Strike costs 20 rage, and when you have the Dauntless talent it costs 16 rage. It deals some damage. It's actually the spell that deals more damage of the warrior. Yes, it is. So Mortal Strike now has a maximum of 2 charges, and then we have Focused Rage. And what does Focused Rage? Focused Rage, it focuses your rage on the next Mortal Strike, increasing its damage by 50%, stacking up to 3 times and unaffected by the global cooldown. It costs 12 rage and it has a 1.3 second cooldown, almost one and a half. So I believe Focused Rage to be the best talent for PvP. And why is that? Warrior will be on your ass, slowing you and earning rage. So when the time comes for you to stun your enemy, or when you're sure that you can't be CC'd, you will pop all your stuff, Colossus Smash, Battle Cry, and what was the other? I'm always forgetting one. Yes, Colossus Smash, Battle Cry, and then you will have Focused Rage stacked. And what will that do? It will increase your Mortal Strike by 50% damage, but you can stack it 3 times, so it will deal 150% more damage, and that will be on top of the 52% increased damage from Colossus Smash and the crit, which will be a guaranteed crit from Battle Cry. So let's just give it a little look here. We will pop. It has a 30 second duration. It can be quite pretty good maintained, as you can see here. See, you have all your rage just from a charge and the normal strike. Yes, a normal auto attack. And then we have this one, and let's see, 131, and you can't, and you only have a chance to use it once on the 64, as you can see. So you only have a chance to use it once when Battle Cry is activated. You won't be able to use it another. It's only 5 seconds. The cooldown to stack all of those is you simply won't be able to do it on the PvP scenario. As for the PvE, I would probably choose probably In for the Kill. And why is that? Because when the boss is at 20%, you will spam your execute. That's the way to go for the warrior. Instead of slam, you will pop execute. There's no cooldown. It costs slightly more rage, but it deals a lot more damage. So what you will do is you will pop your, I believe this one, oh, I'm still in combat. The dummies don't like me. So let me see just okay. So In for the Kill, Mortal Strike generates 20 rage. 20 rage. Yeah, I won't be able. So a little thing here, I won't be able to see this one as it is right now. But the thing is, if Mortal Strike generates 20 rage and it doesn't consume the rage that it requires, then In for the Kill is your talent for PvE. If not, then Mortal Combo is the obvious choice, because it has 2 charges. You simply spam your Mortal Strikes, which they deal damage, and then you go along for Slam or Whirlwind, whichever the scenario of the either ads or boss that you're dealing with. So Focused Rage, PvP, even Battlegrounds when you need to kill that healer in the arenas. Focused Rage is your talent to choose. And then, as I've explained just a minute ago, these 2 talents in for the kill. If Mortal Strike doesn't cost the rage, so it generates 20 rage instead of consuming them. If not, then Mortal Combo. So on the 90 talents we have Battle Cry. Battle Cry also reduces the rage cost of your abilities by 100%. This is the way to go for PvP, because you will pop all of your shit, Mortal Strike, and then pop all the slams in together as much as you can without a cost. So you won't be starving for rage. This is for PvP only, and I believe Trauma to be the best choice for a PvE, which Trauma does is Slam and Whirlwind now cause the target to bleed for 20% additional damage over 6 seconds. Multiple uses accumulate increased damage, so you will be spamming Slam or Whirlwind depending on the fight, and you will always leave a damage over time effect, which is pretty good. 20% additional damage over 6 seconds. No brainer here. And then we have Titanic Might, which increases the duration of Colossal Smash by 16 seconds, but reduces its effectiveness by 20%. This could also be good for PvE, not PvP, definitely not PvP, because on PvP you want to corner your enemy and deal a shit ton of damage on a small window, and on PvE you will be dealing damage over time. So Titanic Might could be a choice. Increases the duration of course by 16 seconds, so instead of 8 you will have 24 seconds with 42%, perhaps on PvE, I don't know. Trauma and Trauma would be best used for AoE fights, because let's just take a look at here quickly. Oh, okay. So Trauma is definitely a AoE talent. No argument there. AoE talent, and that's it. And Titanic Might is a talent where you will simply focus one single target, because Colossal Smash is a single effect that you can only apply to a single target. And perhaps when you're on a patchwork kind of fight, Titanic Might is probably the best choice to be used. I mean, it's 42% extra damage for 24 seconds, and probably then by the 24 seconds you will have the proc for the Titanic Might, and for the not for the Titanic Might, for the Colossal Smash, which will reset its cooldown, and you'll be able to use it again, being able to keep it with 100% uptime, which is excellent and will probably be better than Trauma. Alright, so then on the last tier of talents we have Anger Management, which causes every 10 rage you spend, reduces the remaining cooldown on Battle Cry by 1 second. This is the one I've used for PvP, but I'm not really sure if it is optimal. For PvE I'm not really seeing this one, because, and even so, yes, for PvE you will be always generating rage supposedly, because you'll be always eating on something, and it reduces the 10 for every 10 rage you spend, reduce the remaining cooldown on Battle Cry by 1 second. Battle Cry is already on a short cooldown. It's 60 seconds, 1 minute. But anger management would go very well along with Deadly Calm. Oh no, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. I thought it could. It is every 10 rage, but Deadly Calm causes the rage cost of your abilities, reduces by the rage by cost by 100%. So it won't trigger anger management. So. Then we have Opportunity Strikes, which causes your melee abilities have up to a 60% chance, based on the target's missing health, to trigger an extra attack that deals 12,000 physical damage. This is multi-strike, and this one is probably best used on PvP for sure, and then probably PvE as well. Probably PvE as well, because it's a passive. It's your melee attacks have up to a 60% chance. Oh, based on the target's missing health. Opportunity Strikes would go well along with In for the Kill if it worked instead of consuming rage. Mortal Strike generated rage for PvE as well. Opportunity Strikes, that would be my choice for PvP, no doubt about it. There's no point in going for anger management on PvP, because you will be starving for rage. That's for sure. And then Ravager, simply AoE. On AoE fights, you will be whirlwinding and using your Ravager. Void Storm does not deal a lot of damage now, because you can see that it deals 120,000 physical damage over 5 seconds and a half, but you won't be doing anything on that time. You will be simply doing that damage, while you can use your Ravager dealing 100,000 damage, and you can whirlwind all the other targets, even with the trauma, leaving the targets bleeding. So trauma and Ravager go along together, well together for AoE fights when you have to deal with ads and whatnot. Otherwise, I'm not seeing these ones are, to me, they're purely AoE, and this one would be the best use for both PvE on single targets and PvP. That would be my choice. So this would look something like this, perhaps. That's what I'd go for PvE. And you can take a look in here with Titanic Might. You see the proc there. It will keep the Colossus Smash. See, Colossus Smash is always up, and it increases the damage I deal for 22%, 42%, which is a lot, and it even procs from Whirlwind. So that's about it. For PvP, I would probably go with either Overpower, Stormbolt, Avatar, Defensive Stance. You must focus on Rage, Deadly Calm, and Opportunity Strikes. That's what I'd go for PvP. So some defense here. You have Overpower, which deals a lot of damage for 10 Rage, which is it's proccable. You won't be using this one a lot, but when it procs, you'll be using this one. And then Focused Rage, which will trigger with Battle Cry and Colossus Smash to deal a shit ton of damage, and then spamming in the slams for the remaining of the duration of the battle cry. So that's about it for the Arms Warrior. I hope that you have enjoyed it, and I will see you soon, hopefully, or you'll see me, right? Goodbye, and I'll see you later. Bye.